Okay, welcome back to BK Finance, where we talk about all things personal finance. I want to thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Okay, so the other day I got a phone call from a friend of mine, and she said, you know what, I need you to help me. I'm like, okay, talk to me. So she goes, you know what, I've struggled a lot with my finances. I've been evicted several times from apartments. We've been homeless. Me and my boys have been homeless. So of course I'm like, oh man, I'm like, dag. So I say, okay, I need to ask you some questions, okay, just about your situation, just so I can get a handle on what's going on. I said, do you have any credit card debt? She says, yes, I have $6,000. I'm like, dag, okay. So then she says, well, do you have any other debt? She says, I have a car. I'm like, okay. Take it easy when you tell me this, okay? Because I don't know. So she goes, I have $27,000. I'm like, okay, $27,000. So the big question that I'm asking is, she's like, I go, and I had to do it. She goes, I go, how much? What's the interest rate? She goes, 16%. I almost ran out of school. I almost ran out of school. I was so taken aback that I was like 16%, and I wasn't mad at her per se. What I was just like, you know what? This should not be. How are we in this situation? So of course I'm asking her, you got any more debt? And she's telling me all about her situation. Okay, so I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do? Budget. I said, do you live by a budget? She said, no, I don't live by a budget. I said, do you live paycheck to paycheck? She says, yes, I live paycheck to paycheck. So, okay, there we got it. A budget. I said, you need a budget. You need to know how much income you make, and you need to know what your expenses. And you need to take A minus B, and whatever is left over, that is your amount there. You need to be able to track every one of your expenses. Every one of them. You need to be able to do that. Okay? So, and I said, you know what? There have been times in my life too where I felt out of control with my finances. Out of control, couldn't sleep, stressed, and struggling. Okay? So I can relate to that. Okay? So, and I go back to, okay, what did I do? Well, you know what? I had to get a budget. Okay? I just got a simple spreadsheet, and I put in one column my income, and one column my expenses. Every expense. Don't hide any. Okay, don't hide any. All of them. Remember them all. Okay, because it does not help if you don't, if you kind of like withhold something, that doesn't help. So all of them. And then we have a final number. If that number is negative, that's not good. And the bigger that number, the better. Okay? So, there's things also like I've used like mint.com, which is a great app to actually be able to track your expenses and create a budget. But you need a budget. All right? You need a budget. You need to be able to look at your finances, look at your financial situation and do that. So we were talking, and I said, okay, listen, let's talk about it. Okay? I said, okay, your credit card debt, okay? And I said, so what we need to do is we need to attack each one of these individually when we set up your budget, so that when we knock out one thing, that helps us. Okay, now we've freed up some money, and then that gives you kind of like, now we can apply that money to something else. And you know what that I gave her, and what she got? She got hope. And she got a glimmer of hope. And she was like, yes. So she got some hope because she saw that, you know what, she's going to make some victories, okay? Light at the end of the tunnel. No, less stress, okay? So what we're doing, we're looking at the money. We're looking at how much is coming in. We're looking at how much money, what the debt is. And then we're cutting out fat, okay? We got to cut the fat out, okay? Some things we just don't need right now. Okay, do we need Hulu? Do we need Netflix? Do we need Comcast? Do we need Apple.com? Do we need all of those? I don't think we need all those. Let's cut 3 of them out. cut that out, and then apply that money to the debt, get rid of the debt, we're good, right? That's what we do, all right? But just giving her hope. So I've been there. She's been there. And maybe you're there right now, okay? Maybe you're there right now with your budget, and you need to create a budget, all right? We all need to live by a budget, all right? So I want to thank you so much for joining the channel today. Now, if you feel like, you know what, I can create a budget, but I may need just a little bit more, go ahead. There's a link to get in contact with me down in the description that you can get in contact with me directly, where I can actually walk you through it. I can help you to actually take it to another level in terms of your finances. So the link is in the description directly to me. Please use it if you need it. I would love to hear from you. And I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight on BK Finance. Have an incredible night.